Hey everyone, Chris Erkel here with HS Game Time. We continue with our baseball preview, of course, the champs North and the man behind the madness here at North Baseball, Mr. Steve Madrill, the defending champion as the skipper for the Huskies. Coach, obviously targets on your back this year. How you guys feeling about that?
It's something that we've been able to embrace. Even in the fall, we started, getting back to business in September, and it seemed like we faced everybody's ace so far, So everybody kind of knows what happened last year, and we kind of know that, they're out to get us, they're out gunning for us. So there's no days off. We got to bring our A game every single time out.
Winning last year, the pressure's on you. But do you come in this year with more confidence, or how do you think that kind of the swagger of the team is so far this year?
Definitely more confident. At first we were a little shaky. We didn't know how the team was going to shape up, but after a couple wins, we were really confident with ourselves, and we're just getting wins.
And when you see all these things online and in print, that you guys are ranked nationally amongst the best, what does that make you think when you see that type of stuff?
I try not to really think about it too much. I don't try to look at it at all because it adds more pressure to us, and that's not what we need right now.
And last year, your guys' bread and butter was your pitching. You guys had a nice trio in the rotation. This year, one of those guys back, and Jack Johnson kind of taking your ace role. But talk about the comparison in pitching from last year to this year.
Yeah, well, Jack's back. Obviously, he's our left-hander that had a good playoff run, a couple good starts in the playoffs. He also had a great year last year too, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. But we have two right-handers right behind him. Robert Ortega and Ray Garcia that have come in. They've done a tremendous job. They're out there competitive. They're strike throwers. They're not going to probably overpower anybody. But our big thing is pitching and defense. So if we can throw strikes, we think that we should be able to defend it, and hopefully we're going to be able to put up a couple runs and be successful. And that's exactly what they've done so far, and that's all that we could ask for. So they've done a great job.
And last year you were part of a kind of a trio of a strong rotation, but two of those guys are gone now. You're the go-to guy. How do you feel about that?
It's definitely tough. Those two guys were really good. Really helped me out. I guess I'm pitching a lot more innings, starting a lot more of important games. So I had to work even harder than I did last year to prepare for those games.
You guys are off to the hot, undefeated start, but last year's team didn't quite get off to that same start. But how do you compare the two teams? Where do they stack up?
We had a lot of holes coming into the year. We had to put a lot of work trying some guys at different spots. Last year, I would say that we kind of had our position set, earlier on in the year, early on in the fall. This year, we really didn't know what we were going to have up until about maybe the couple days before the season started. So that's a big thing, that we had to fill those holes, especially on the mound. But we had some kids come in, and we had some kids that we had coming up from JV that we really liked, that are now came in and kind of just embraced their role and kind of knew what to expect. Being a team that coming off what we did last year, and the teams that really are gunning for us. So they came in, full steam ahead, and they didn't lack or anything like that. So it's been one of those things that just go out and compete.
Looking, around the whole IE, a lot of people are considering some of the top teams to be yourselves and then Redlands and Vista Marietta, including those two other teams. Who are some of the other teams around this area that you see?
We face so many good teams. We play all those teams in the fall 2 or 3 times. So we see the quality arms from Great Oak and Rev and from Redlands and from Vista Marietta, and from Palm Desert, all those schools. So we see those top arms. So there's going to be a lot of top teams in our area. It's hard to nail down just one because the talent in our area is so deep that for us to go out and play them, it kind of gets us ready for what we're going to see in the spring. But obviously Redlands, they're off to a 10-1 start. Estevan Valencia does an amazing job over there. And all the coaches in our area, everybody, always talks about Redlands, so they're going to be a good club. And I'd hate to play them, twice, 2-3 times a year coming in, in their league in Division II. So hopefully they can go out and they make a good run also.
All right, well, Coach, best of luck this season. You guys have been off to a hot start, and maybe you guys will be back there at Dodger Stadium once again.